Oh my Nina, what is happening?
So much. Oh my gosh, I have so much to tell you.
Oh,
Um,
let me reintroduce you. So everybody, this is Nina of Oogiebear. I met Nina years ago. So if you've been a fan of Twiniversity, you know that, Oogie has been a big part of our kind of family story. And the first time that I met Nina and her husband, I was like, this is absolute genius. So she is the mastermind behind the Oogie Bear and then the entire Oogie line of products. But not only does she make a superior product, she's one of the most exquisite people that I have met. She'll make a face, but she knows that. She knows
no,
that I that
too
I
kind.
love her.
You're too
But
kind. I love you back.
it's a mutual love. And I think when you meet somebody who's as passionate about what they do as you are to what you do, it's an immediate connection. So since I've met Nina when she was a smaller company, there was this big trade show that I was speaking at. Nina was exhibiting her goodies. And then after that, we had a cocktail party. And that's when we fell in love. And the rest, as they say, is history. So since I've known you, you have developed an entire new product line. Like there's so many more
I
things
know.
than
I
your
can't believe it.
original Oogie. And then now your biggest claim to fame, which I was floored, absolutely floored when I turn on my TV and see you on Shark Tank. And then I start screaming, screaming. I paused it. I made the kids come out because the kids know Oogie and like literally. So it became a big
Well, it
family
was a
thing.
surprise for you. You did not know.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
no.
you weren't
So
allowed to tell anyone at all. But you know what? We were the first live show ever. And honestly, you did not know that you were going to get on that stage until the last minute. They kept us on pins and needles until the last minute. There were so many different obstacles at any time they could have just said, you know what,
yeah.
you're cut.
Oh no.
At that time, I really wanted to, have this happen. Initially, I was thinking, oh, Shark Tank's great. I'm a huge fan. Family, all of us are such, fans of the show. Did I think I was going to be on it? Never. I think you and I had actually a conversation, and
I
you were like,
love
I
it.
think that would be great for you. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And so I think one night I decided to submit that application, and I'll tell you why. The executive producer actually reached out to me, which is so
Good.
honoring. And I make it sound like, oh, I'm so special. Although, like, that's my ego
You
talk.
are.
Yeah. But I think what was amazing, and the story I'm sure most people have heard, I didn't believe him. I didn't think he was the executive producer. So we get an email, and I'm just like, oh, that's just delete it.
Yeah.
They're just soliciting and not necessary, right? And then I think one of my coworkers is like, I think you should really look into this. And so I quickly search him, and I'm like, oh, it does say his name as an executive producer. So I
Mm.
called him, I'm like, I'm really sorry. We're not really interested in buying ads or anything like that. Thank you, but no thanks. And then and I love the story, and I hope it's okay that I'm sharing. I don't even know.
Yes. I love that you're like, spam.
Yeah, he's got his Emmys with his watch saying, "No, I'm the real deal." I was floored. I was like, I am so
Oh
sorry to
no.
even question you here. Someone, in his position is like looking at our products, or us to be even on the show. And I'm like, no, thank you. So I quickly reached out. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have any Emmys to prove to you.
Oh my
I'm the
gosh.
real deal as well.
Oh
So we get
Nina.
on a call, and just really informative call. Here's Shark Tank, you should apply. We really think, and he doesn't know anything about the company. He just likes the product. And so, it's a booger tool, right? How many people are going to have fun with this booger tool? Believe me, I've had my share of laughs. People have um, just have been brutal with, really, you're going to leave your position and you're going to go for a burger tool. So the best
Mm.
scenario that could have happened was that we were on the Shark Tank. So anyways, he encourages me to apply, and that's it.
And the rest, as they say, is history. So you
Wow.
make it to the live show. You don't know if you're going to be on because well, for a live show, You don't know if like the last person's deal is going to go too long or whatever. You're in the middle, you come up, you have your Oogies are there. And I remember they were like making jokes of like, so we're going to buy a
Oh,
booger tool or whatever. And Kevin
right.
was very, being like the curmudgeon that he is, which I love him to death. I
He
have to
gave me
say.
the highest valuation, by the way. So I appreciate it.
Unbelievable. Well, that's so exciting. So then you have these people that are basically bidding to be part of your enterprise,
That's
which,
right.
like what a big deal that is, right? So you have these people that are like, you see it too.
It
You see
was
what I'm getting at.
unreal, Natalie. It was unreal to sit there. First of all, what an amazing feeling to have because we had all the sharks there that day, right? And they're all there and they're calling out your name. I mean, it
Oh
was
my
like
gosh.
someone. And then, we had someone in our ear that's like, okay, wrap it up, wrap it up. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to soak this all in.
Yeah.
It felt so good. I mean, it could have gone south, right? It could have been like, oh no, thanks. This is a ridiculous product. We don't get it. It was a little game showy. I know a lot of people weren't so into the live, and I think it's because they couldn't understand the exchange.
Yeah.
Believe me, I couldn't even understand some of the exchange. I
I
was
could
trying
imagine.
so hard to listen to everything, but just seeing the sharks, first of all, they look like cartoon characters. They looked like, you're seeing like Superman, like unreal. Really, they're right here in front of me. How and it looked amazing. So, and then they go through this whole exchange. Nina, Nina, Nina. They're calling out my name, and I'm in this mode of I'm going to make this deal.
Yeah.
I know how great my product is. I need to make sure you guys know how great this product is, and I think they got it. But they did this. They did this kind of like a contest. Like, how many people do you think, Lori was asking, how many people do you think have this problem? That could have gone really bad for us. I mean, what if
Yes.
it was like a whole
It's
bunch of
true.
watching this show and not realize, hey, boogers are a problem for babies? And thank God it came out really well. So I am very grateful to that. But it just all worked out so well for
Yeah.
us. I could not have
Oh,
orchestrated it better. And
oh,
so grateful because top 5 experiences of a lifetime. I mean, how fun. Like,
I can't even imagine.
it's unreal. I can't even put it into words of the experience. It was such an experience of a lifetime. I think the next morning, if I can sum it all up, I looked at Sina and I said, did this really happen? Did we just really do this?
I can't
That's
even
how quick
imagine.
it went.
So you ended up getting a deal with Barbara.
And
So,
Robert.
so Robert, which I feel like Robert would have been a good match. Barbara, I was surprised about. When you walked in, did you say like, these are the sharks
No.
that I want? You were just like, I will take anybody who wants to play with
Yeah,
me.
I'm a big fan of the show. So I like all the sharks in different ways. And I knew there were some strategic sharks that I
Yes.
had in mind that I did not want to say, I want this shark or I want that shark. I really wanted I wanted to have that connection on the floor. And I don't know if that was smart because there was a lot going on. We had an audience
Yeah.
of almost 200 people, I think it
Yeah.
was.
It was crazy.
And that, oh my God, it was such an amazing experience. And they energized us and they were really rooting for us. So thank you to all the audience members. But, you know, you're in this spot and you want that connection. Immediately when I got on that carpet,
Yeah.
immediately I connected with Barbara. And Sina asked me, he's like, what do who are you going to go for? And I said, it depends on my connection. Barbara and I just connected instantly. And she was giving me praises. And I was like, as I'm doing the pitch, the initial pitch. And then, but my heart was set kind of on Mr. Wonderful. Because I was like, he could do a lot.
He's hardcore.
Yeah. And he did give me a great evaluation, but we didn't really connect that much.
Yeah.
I kept throwing things at him like, I'm Miss Wonderful. Didn't really go anywhere. And then you don't know how much we practiced, how much we rehearsed. We had so much to want to like share. All that went to the side, and this story came out. And honestly, it was the truth.
Yeah.
How I started, I was an accidental entrepreneur. How Sina looked at me and was like, and I think we've had these conversations before where he was like, okay, let's see you try. Let's see how you do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this product came to life. And it connected and it resonated with so many people. Who would have thought? And then Barbara just kept throwing questions at me. And then Lori was very kind. She was extremely kind, and I loved her. I did connect with her as well. And I think, I mean, that connection right there was hard to break.
Yeah.
And when everybody was giving me, of course, the logical one would have been Mr. Wonderful because of his valuation, right? But I connected so strongly with Barbara that it was hard to not. And then, oh my God, we had practiced so many different scenarios. When she offered what she offered, we were playing around with that idea. Never did we think.
Nina, I was dying. I was literally on the couch dying. Like I think I was holding my dog's ears, going, what is happening right now? I couldn't believe it. So you, so
I think you're still saying that, what is happening now, but
I can't believe it.
I'm feeling the growth. I'm feeling, I know she can take us there. So when she said that, she said, 400 million, and I'll drop my, my percentage if it doesn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't, what? Yes, come on board. And before we went on there, when Sina was asking me, like, what do you want? I had asked him, well, what do you want from all this? Like, this is my kind of thing, my baby. And I love that he's on the journey with me. I mean, I
think that's great.
It's what a great fuel for your marriage, right? It's like the best case scenario. I feel like I'm on a honeymoon every time we do something like that together. Aww. And he was like, I want to go to the summit. I want to go to Barbara's summit. So in the midst of me just feeling the moment, just having so much fun, I was like, I don't want that to be over. And if you notice, I was like, I want all of the sharks, because I was just loving that moment.
I can't imagine, Nina.
I put that out there, and she invited us, and guess what? It's January. We're actually invited to her summit.
I love this.
It's all about experiences for us, right? Then for Sina, that was the most important thing. He wanted that experience. He's like, this is just, you can't get any better than this. So it's happening. And I almost have to pinch myself, like, is this a dream? What's happening?
It's not. It's literally, it's one of the most well-deserved things that Nina, I swear to you, and you know that I've been saying this to you for years. Like, this is the solution. So here we've always talked about you guys, but I love that now you were on kind of this worldwide platform. And so since the show aired, because it was live, has everything just gone nuts? Like, have you sold out of things? Could we still get them?
Yes. So no, we were very well prepared. And I want to say I was the mastermind behind that, but I can't, because we over ordered inventory accidentally before COVID. So we were sitting pretty nicely during the COVID lockdown, and we didn't run out of product. And then when this happened, we had plenty of product. So that just went right into, we were ready. The only thing we weren't ready for is that I think Robert picked up our toothbrush and the 360 toothbrush. And as soon as he just started using it or pretended to use it, we sold out. Totally sold out of that.
Okay.
Showed up the bright. Of course, everything went up. I mean, everything above, I can't even tell you. It was just crazy. It was like we were trying to keep up with the orders. I think just now, I would say maybe we're just settling down a little bit and just taking a breather. But the toothbrush, we didn't expect that. We totally sold out. Everything else just through the roof. So we were, I think, one of the few entrepreneurs that were ready, especially as a live event. When they told us you're going to go live, you didn't have that much time to prepare. And let me tell you, that preparation was very difficult. The amount of paperwork, the amount of information they needed from you, and the due diligence they wanted before you're on air was incredibly hard. So,
but it's all worth it. I mean, if you think about it, because not only do they have to, not only you have to have the paperwork to go on a show. Right now it's a live show, but now you have a product. Is this product legit? And sometimes the products that I see there, on their show, are very as seen on TV, I want to say. And your product is something that I've known for a long time. So for me, it was so great that I'm like, okay, everybody's going to know on such a bigger scale. I think and there's a few products that I see, of course, because I favor you, but I think have that longevity. You have been going the distance where sometimes products come onto Shark Tank that are kind of newer. They might have big sales the first or second year, but like you've been around. Like this is a hot minute. So instead of them helping you launch, they're actually helping you evolve.
And I think I did not know that until we went through the process and then got to meet some of the other businesses. And I have to say, I was surprised. I thought everyone's kind of in our position. We were a more established company. What was unique about us, and I think what Shark Tank got excited about what we were doing, is that we didn't have any venture capital. It was all self-funded. Every $12.95 that was purchased went right back into the company and brought us up to $15 million, as I stated on the live show. So it wasn't, there was any funding. I started, I think I mentioned on Shark Tank, I started the company with $22,000. And not even, but around that, I would say about like the molding and all, just to get a product on my hand, roughly around that much. And did I at that time believe that I was going to be here and pitch the sharks and talk to you about this? Never. This is why it always feels like it's a dream. But I had a great product, and a lot of people, we're expanding. We are growing. I feel the growth. I've got some great people with us that are helping me do that now. And we didn't say, here's a product, let me go hire all those people. Here's, this is what we're going to hit. We were profitable because we didn't have that team. It was almost backwards, right? It was an accidental entrepreneur. I really, that's the best way I could describe it. We had a product. We didn't even know if there was proof in the concept. The first baby shower that I went to, never forget, I called Cena up and I was like, I think that we have a great product. I've got a line of moms out here. I don't even know what to sell this product for. And I don't know if any of those moms are watching or remember this, but I didn't know what to sell it for. And we were just selling, and there was a line of new parents just sitting there purchasing this product. That's when I knew I had something special. And then everything else fell into place. So it was backwards, whereas everybody sets up the infrastructure and then they start product.
Listen,
but I always hear the shark saying proof of concept. It's so important.
Can I tell you truthfully, you guys can't really see what's around my desk, but has nothing to do with Nina, but there's things that I always have by my desk. One of the things that I always show people, it's like, it's right here. So, and then the toothbrush is behind me too. And like the little teethers. So there's things that when I speak to Twiniversity families and I'm like, hey, grab this. And then this is the one you want to look for. Right? Because we know that there's other companies that look like this, or there's companies that claim that they do this, but there's only one you. And that's the one that I know about.
Yeah, I think you and I spoke a while ago and we were talking about copycats, and it was disheartening to see these copycats because again, I'm new to all of this, right? But we're standing here stronger than ever.
Yeah.
And they can copy all they want. They can't copy our scoop. Nope. Our scoop is the real deal. I mean, that's what makes our product so effective. It mimics a fingernail, but you don't have to use your fingernail, right? And
thank God.
That's why we have done so well. Can you believe that?
See a little scoops.
Yeah, no, that's actually the loop.
This is the loop. Sorry. Here we go.
That's the scoop. Yeah.
Sorry, there's the scoop.
Little overhang makes the world of difference.
Yes, so you could grab it out
quickly. I mean, honestly, that's what put me on the map. What I will put my name on is, can I take something and make it better? At the end of the day, I want to make it safer, easier for mom. That's who I am. So I sell to myself. And then when I find out there are other people that it resonates with, yes, I'm not just weird. There are other people like me out there.
No, you're beyond not weird. And the thing is you saw, like at the New York baby show, like you saw this just show that you went to, how many people need it. It's kind of gross to think about scooping stuff out. And I was just telling Nina before we started recording that I went to a breastfeeding mom's house and she couldn't get a good latch because the baby was congested. And I said, do you have your Oogie? And she said, yes, because she was a good Twiniversity student. So I was able to literally use it myself on a real baby, which was great because previous to that, I had always been kind of getting secondhand information from our Twiniversity families. But now I was like, this is just so
So
stupidly
Natalie,
easy and wonderful.
I am so grateful to Shark Tank on so many different levels. We did great, all of that stuff, everything worked to our favor. What they were able to do for me is put us on a platform to talk about nose breathing for infants. It is so important. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
even on that with my own kids. It doesn't matter how old you are. The importance of nose breathing in developmental stages of a newborn is so critical that I could not have actually opened up that discussion on my own. And they gave me a platform to be able to discuss that. And that has become my mission. That is why we're doing this. I can't believe all the products that I'm developing is in line with what my husband does as a periodontist. I mean, there is some scientific knowledge behind all of this that
Yeah.
we're hoping to improve every family, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
And that just brings so much joy. I mean, I think I light up when I even talk about it, because it just gave us more purpose than, oh yeah, here's a product that works. No, there's a bigger
Yeah.
platform that we want to bring nose breathing, that knowledge to everyone, like everyone. Your baby will benefit from it if they're a better nose breather. We
Yeah.
will benefit from it if we're better. How many times have you and I talked about just breathe?
It's true. It's true. And then if you think about even like different meditative breathing techniques, they're all, breathe in through your nose. It's like it is such an important fundamental. And so I find with the lactation end that people don't even think about that as an issue. And I'm like, guys, like it's like the elephant in the room, right? Like we see that they're congested. Could we just try to remedy this? It could just be a little piece of chunky something that's in there. But yeah, I was always afraid to get the stuff out of my baby's noses. But now you have an entire product line. So
We have a
what?
section. We have an aspirator that completely comes apart. I should actually show it to you. I don't mean to match myself actually, but
I actually like that it matches.
I just realized I matched it, but it comes apart. So the entire part, actually, if you look at it, it's easier than what I'm doing, but it comes apart, and so it can be washed. The volume of the suction is big enough for dad's hand. And that was one of the things that Cena was a big part of. He was like, the volume out there
Yes.
is not, it's not big enough.
Sure.
So, the mouth pipetting, all that stuff is great on its own, but this is so easy. You just, have a bulb aspirator, you've got enough suction. And I would compare our suction to the mechanical ones because that's how great it is.
Yeah.
And so you've got this one product, you put the tips back on, you're ready to go.
And it's done. Yeah, I don't like the mechanical ones.
A lot of times people
honestly.
think that this has to go inside the nose. It's actually just forming a seal right up against the nostril. And then you are able to, it's so strong. The suction is very strong. So when people are like, well, I don't think the suction's there, I couldn't fit it into my baby's nostril, it's not supposed to go inside.
That's big enough. Would that even go in my nostril? It's
form a
big.
seal right outside.
Yes.
So any size nostril it should fit, because if it's bigger, it just keeps going down until it fits.
Yeah.
And then the bare head is not really, in this case, allowing it to go. It allows for stability of the hand and mom to approach. You're not going to be afraid to stick this in your baby's face, because guess what? It's not going to hurt.
Could we have those in every hospital?
Oogiebear.
Oh, I want them in every hospital. I don't want that traditional one. Those are the worst that they give you in the hospital.
How cute it is.
Come on, it is.
If I can do my own, it is just adorable. I don't know why, I have my doctorate in pharmacy and lived in hospitals and worked there. Everything's so boring, right? Because we're thinking of health. There's no artistry in healthcare. And babies are so cute. So our point of view is not just from mom and dad, but from the baby's point of view. They're not going to be scared for you to approach them with this. So I'm hoping that will resonate. There's a lot of thought put into this, and the material, how it's designed, what are the problems that we face, and then we try to find the solution for it. So I think that is what has made us so successful, honestly.
100%. So yes, you have to answer the question, as they say, right? So Twiniversity answers the question, Oogie answers the question. And now that you have these masterminds behind you and you have some additional funding, where do you go next?
So I'm hoping to sign that deal pretty soon. So we just, just so you know, we had the live show. And a lot of times when you watch Shark Tank, the deal has already been done when they air.
Mhm.
For us, it's a little backwards because we are, we went live, and so we're working on the due diligence and making sure. But I think we have such an amazing team that I mean, we've already been invited to the January summit, so I'm
Exciting.
super excited. So I know the deal is going to be done. It's just, getting all the legalities and all of the other stuff that I'm not so fond of. But Barbara has been so easy to work with. She is, I don't know, I hope this is not so cliche, but she's exactly the way I pictured her. She's
Good.
just an amazing, so
That's
down
good.
to earth. I've already learned so much from her. You guys will be seeing a lot of differences on our social media because I'm channeling her social media skills.
Good.
Not that I'm even close to it, but I'm learning what needs to be done. I'm learning what, I've learned that a lot of people are interested in our story, which is so awesome. If I can inspire one person, that would be just an amazing reward right there. Believe it or not, you know how much love I've gotten from the pharmacy community?
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
good.
God, I've never felt so honored to be a pharmacist as
That's
like
great.
right now. Everyone. I mean, gosh, everyone, fellow pharmacy. Thank you,
Oh.
pharmacy. Thank you.
So now we have kind of all of our nose breathing line, which is there more products in that department that you're going to be coming out with?
100% yes.
Ooh.
I just can't, I'm not fast enough. And I need more hands on deck, right?
Yeah.
But yes, there's so many products in R&D that I can't wait to show to our fans out
Yeah.
there. At the end of the day, it's really fun and cool for us to come out with these products, but I really want them to work. I want every parent to say, wow, what a great product. Not only it looks great, what a great product. This really works. I think that, I've learned something in this, I guess, 6-7 years that I've been doing this. There's two ways of marketing. Either you're told and you start doing ads and you're told that this is great.
Mm-hmm.
You use it, you're like, it's not so great, but you purchased it, right? Or the product is so great that the word of mouth is just selling this product. And honestly, we are in the second category. Word of mouth has been amazing. And I think everyone who is sharing this with their, family, friends, and all the gifts. One of the biggest things that we're doing right now is a gift registry box.
Good.
We have a box of, there's a newborn, every parent needs it. These are essential tools for every parent. So if you have a gift box or you have someone who's pregnant,
yeah,
we've got our gift box, and those have been flying. I actually talk about how well they have been flying off the shelf for us.
That's great. Well, I love that on your website too, you have everything. And I know that people tend to go to stores and other stuff, but I always recommend that if anybody's watching, you go to oogiebear.com, because then you get to see the whole arsenal of products. Where if you go to a store, you just see what's on that shelf, right? So like I went to Walmart, I know exactly what there is, but you don't see the other stuff like the nose balm that Nina knows I'm obsessed with. So for me, I have favorite Oogie products, but people don't know about them as much. But when you go to the site, you get to see everything there. But I mean, I really, that's always been one of my favorites since I met it. That's another thing that's by my desk,
product.
which is funny because it's well used. You could see like it's not even new.
I have friends and family that actually have it as their car stick, but we don't do a really good job of marketing. And I have to say that's one of the things that I need to learn. And it's not, people don't know the quality. It's cold pressed. The ingredients are all food grade. So we know that you're going to put this on baby. It's going to get into their mouth. It's going to get into their nose or eyes. It's all food grade. It's not going to hurt them. And we need to do a better job marketing that. And I think if you've used the product, you're going to fall in love with it. And if you haven't, I encourage you to try it. If not, send me an email and we'll send you a sample so that you can try it, so that you could be a Oogiebear fan.
That's it. I mean, honestly, Nina, I don't even know what you could come out with next. I know some of the behind the scenes stuff that I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about, but I know that there is more to come. And I love that now you have this platform, you could talk about it, but it's also giving you the creative freedom to say, I always wanted to do this, let's do it. And so now all those little ideas that you've had all this time are going to come to fruition. When do you think kind of like your next launch is going to be, like your next product launch?
Oh, I think first quarter of next year.
Really?
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's some products that you always have certain issues, right? But if we can work out and be able to have that by February or March,
Mm.
it's going to be a game changer. I think it's going to be the next Oogie Bear, like our booger picker.
If you had to say what your favorite product was in development, not in use, what was your favorite product that you developed?
Hands on the aspirator. The aspirator was just something that came out of nowhere. We went into COVID, and it was the cross contamination of some of these products is so overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
As a healthcare professional, as you know, that was very concerning on our end. And we went on a mission that we need to come out with an aspirator. I really didn't think, I just thought I'll have the Oogiebear, and I was,
Yeah, you were happy with that.
but that made me come out with a product that was even better, I think, than the Oogiebear. I think it just serves such a big purpose. And then together we have a bear pair, which has the Oogiebear with our aspirator. We've got you covered. You've got hard mucus, we've got you covered. You've got soft mucus. I mean, it really came together so nicely. So our signature product is that, I would say. And people are, they're starting to copy us. And now I take these copycats as the biggest form of flattery.
It is.
It can't be us. They're not as effective as us. They're either too soft, too hard. They claim all this stuff, but come on, it's a loop. You don't have our scoop. So
it is true. And then also it's you, Nina. Like, honestly, I know that you've always hated that, but when people buy a product, it's like you have to trust it. And I trust you. And so by proxy, I then trust your products, which then allowed me to try them and say, okay, we're going to do something with this. Let's work together with Twiniversity. And then it's you. So being able to tell your story and what you're saying, like, you're going to channel Barbara, you've always had it. Like, you've always had it. You've always got nervous. No, you did. And you would always get nervous. And I'd be like, come on, it's just us. You have it.
I got to tell you, I am a very private person. It's very hard for me to share. But I'm learning that I need to come out and share, because I didn't realize that my story is helping so many other people.
Yeah.
There were so many people who reached out and they're like, how did you just go for that first step? And that was, the support structure, of course, that's huge. Yeah. But you never know if something's going to work unless you give it a try.
Truth.
And if I'm here living proof of that, and someone's going to take that risk because of me, of course, you want to make sure your kids are okay, everyone's okay. But if that's the case, I want to support that person.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure along my way, there were other people that I saw that were doing the same thing. And I'm so grateful that I had the support structure in place and I took that chance, because I would not be here today. And, I make mistakes. We're not perfect, but my heart 100% is in it to make better products for the parents, better products for our consumers. And we stand 100% behind it. You don't like it, I stand behind it. I would never, ever turn my back on that. And not a lot of companies can say that. No. And so, I don't say we're perfect. I'm sure there are things that we can improve on, but I want to be part of that discussion. And, if we can make one family's, experience great, well, then I think we've done a great job. I think we've done more than that, though.
I hope that I know more than one personally that you've had an impact on. And that's honestly what I love about you. I mean, I really do. I mean, I always, from the beginning, I should have been an investor, Nina. Now I feel like a jerk. I should have gotten in early, but I did. Like, you could see, here at Twiniversity, and honestly, if you go to our website, like, we do not promote a lot of products. We're very specific about the brands that we worked with, but it's got to be, like we always say, you have to be nationally recognized. So you have to be available for every place. You got to have a price point that everybody could afford. And you have to really be practical, because with twin parents, you don't get that chance to be like, oh, let me just have unnecessary stuff. You have to have stuff that's going to work when you need it, because like an aspirator, like a booger picker, you don't know it's going to work until you need it. And do you really want something like that to fail the time that you need it? So I always knew that they could trust you. I always knew that this was it. This was the answer. And you're just proving it to me, girl. So you're doing it. Nina, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. I'm so excited that I got to watch this. And I can't even imagine what's going to happen next.
Well, it's great people like you that I have around me that motivate me to keep going. And yeah, I mean, look what you're doing. So I appreciate that you even spend this time to talk to me, and you love the products. I think
I
that's
do.
like, it can't get any better than this, really.
Listen, we always said that me and Nina have always had a love fest. And
I
for
agree.
those of you out there that watch me on videos with people, it's not, I mean, I don't know. I felt a connection to you instantly. Just literally, I could
I
see you the
remember
day I
sitting
met
next
you.
to you. I remember
Yes,
sitting next to you, not knowing who you are really. And then having this, and then as I'm talking to him, I'm like, oh my God, I think she's a really she's like really well known. And here I am, this peon, and you're spending the time to talk to me. You're trying to figure out my product. And I was in awe that you're spending this time with me. And then of course, before that, we had hit it off so much that I was like, okay, let's just keep talking.
that's it.
And here we are. And you have been part of this journey. And I really, really appreciate that.
I love it. I love it. I love that I'm going to have like a Twiniversity Hall of Fame, and you are going to be part of it when you are on your mega yacht.
Oh,
And then I'll be like, oh, Nina,
oh,
throw
I would
me,
love that.
save me
When that
some
happens, you're
scraps.
coming with me, right?
Oh, I totally,
Let's
that's
put
going to
that in
be,
the universe, and then maybe it'll happen,
that's it.
right?
We'll put it in there. Could we have that the next show you're on is below deck? Could we
I
put that
love it.
out into the world?
Yes, I think
Okay,
maybe
good.
Shark Tank should hear about that.
Thank you. So everybody say thank you to Nina. I hear
Thank
them.
you. Thank you for having me. And I feel like vicarious. I don't have twins, but my two girls are so close in age. I feel like I kind of fake being like a parent of twins.
We'll take it.
But I
We'll
feel a
accept you
little
as our
bit,
own.
and my gosh, I don't even know what like twin parents go through. Because it
Well,
was
we have less problems now thanks to you. So we're good. So guys, for more information on Oogie and all of the goodies that Nina's coming out with, just go to oogiebear.com. We'll put all the links below, so don't worry about it. You don't have to stop if you're listening to this in the car or watching this in McDonald's. I don't know where you're watching this. That was a random
and
place.
I meant it. If you guys actually want a test or chest wrap nose bump, send me an email. I'm happy. Or send Natalie an email.
They're gonna. So email us at
love it.
community@twiniversity.com. She actually has never once in the history that I have known her not gone through with what she says she's going to do. So it's rare that, I shouldn't say it's rare. It kind of is rare, unfortunately, that you meet women of their word. And so Nina is one of them, and she's doing it, kids. So she's making something better for your kids right now, for your kids' kids, because this is going to be something that's going to be out for generations to come. So Nina, thank you for playing with us today.
I need to do this more often with you. This feels so good. All this,
Anytime, Nina. Honestly,
I love all the compliments.
My Zoom is open all day. All right, Nina, say goodbye to Twiniversity.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Twiniversity, for everything. I appreciate all your help and support.
Anytime, Nina. All right, you stay there, Nina. And for the rest of you, email us at community@twiniversity.com. If you were like, I don't hate Nina, Nat isn't the worst, like and subscribe, all that stuff that the kids say. And if you have more questions too, and you don't want to email us, just slide into our DMs. We're just at Twiniversity everywhere you could possibly go. See you later, alligators.